There we go. Dude,
This is sweet.
welcome.
Thank you.
Pizzoleo.
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 Yeah, you're good, bro.
Pizzoleo.
My full name is Luca Massimiliano Pizzoleo.
Luca? Hold on, say
It's
that
a
again.
tongue twister. Luca Massimiliano
Massimiliano.
Pizzoleo. Here's a tongue twister.
Massimiliano Pizzoleo.
I went to the DMV and then I had to call my mom. I was like, how the fuck do you spell my middle name? I have no idea.
You don't know how to spell your last name?
No, I figured it out. No, my middle name. My middle name's crazy, bro.
Is that a common Italian thing? You get here, pull this thing
Yes,
right
sir.
up to your right where it's coming. Is that a common Italian thing to not like know how to spell your name?
No, that's just because I'm lazy, and also my name is just so long. It's like you gotta, I'm stupid, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't know my name.
Well, fuck.
I figured it out now.
Pizzoleo. I mean, that's a fucking
Pizzoleo, yeah.
Pizzoleo.
You got it.
Pizzoleo. We have the red and the white because it's pizza themed.
Oh, I love that. That's sweet.
Just kidding.
Who came up with that?
That was me.
love that.
So we're doing a different branding. We're doing red and like cream.
It's cool.
That's what we're trying to get. That's
dig
the
it.
color scheme.
Yeah.
But James, check these out. So these are O.C.D, which fucking rocks. See these pins and this shirt. So we didn't see this earlier, but okay. Tell me about this merch. So what are you doing? How are you pushing this? What is the?
So I made these. Basically, I make a cast and crew box
Yeah.
every movie, and so for O.C.D, it was kind of no different. I made one where it had the T-shirt with the art from Alexander. I can't pronounce his last name, but I'm working on it. But he's amazing. He hand drew that poster that's on that shirt, and then inside the crew box was also the O candy bar, which Roz knocks over at some point during the movie, about halfway through, and then also included is the Rocky Road pin, which is also in there, and I'm trying to think what else. We also made these cool. I don't know if you remember the agent, which was Steven. He had this badge on the side of him.
Yeah. And
we made these kind of like mini badges for the main kind of three, like Roz, Steven, and our writer Connor, which are really cool. And then I can't remember if there's anything else in there. And then the sticker. And that's what was in the crew box. And then you pretty much got like a majority of it. Yeah.
Well, so that you do that you'll just do that for your cast.
Yeah. I mean,
cast and crew.
Well, exactly. And we make, a lot of the movies we make are labors of love. It's people who love making the movies, and so a lot of it isn't like full rates for everybody. And so for me, I like to do something that lets them know they're appreciated.
Yeah,
and also it's like a good marketing thing, just to have that stuff.
It's super good marketing. I'm gonna shut this door really quick.
Yeah, you're good, man.
We got this leaf blower outside, dude. Yeah, so you've got this morning. You dropped in water refill.
Thank you.
Whatever. I clicked on your YouTube channel and it said posted 4 minutes ago your thing with Steven Ogg, your feature.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Sure. So obviously I've been making shorts for a long time. Feature's been in my goal for the longest time, just long format storytelling. And every short film we made has had a feature concept, and it's no different with O.C.D. O.C.D. was, we had a feature version for it in mind. That's why we made the short. Yeah. And we do have it written, but it is a movie that is going to take some money, and that's not really something that's financially feasible for us. Right. And it's difficult in Hollywood to get a movie made, especially on the indie side of things. So I kind of came up with this idea of, why don't we make an anthology movie kind of in the similar vein to, I don't know if you've seen Cigarettes and Coffee with Jim Jarmusch or Magnolia PTA.
Yeah, Magnolia. I've seen Magnolia.
Where you have like multiple stories that are connected via through line. Right. And the idea kind of stemmed from, well, if we can make shorts easily, so why don't we just make a bunch of shorts that are all connected? Right. And then that's our feature. Yeah. And so I pitched it to our writer, Patrick Walsh, who did O.C.D. He loved it. And he was like, I actually have this idea that he's been working on with a buddy of his, Adrien Decellier. And the idea was called DeVille. And it's centered around a 1978 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. And it follows the various owners throughout the decades. and it's kind of around, you know, the shifting backdrop of American history. And in the 1970s, the first chapter starts with the maker, and the maker is the guy who actually had a hand at making the car in the GM factory.
Yeah.
And he sort of becomes obsessed with the car, and one thing leads to another, kind of gets a little crazy. And then we sort of just follow different people throughout the decades. And it was one way for us that we could make something really creative, really interesting. We can also make our first feature, but we don't need all the money at once to make the feature.
Right.
And so that was kind of where that idea stemmed from.
Yeah. That's fucking sick.
Thank you, man.
So it's the guys who made, is it the first edition of the Coupe de Ville?
Yeah, it's the first edition of the car. I actually bought the car.
Really?
Yeah, I have it. I should have brought it here, but it made more sense financially for us to buy the car, because for me, cool. It's like, dude, I'm sure you know, if you make anything like indie, how expensive shit can get, especially if you're renting a vintage car. And I did the math. It's like $1,500 a day to rent this car. And you have to, if you get them from a car shop that's for like picture cars, you got to trailer them to set, you got to trailer them off a set, yep. Insurance, can't put a camera mount on it. Yeah. You know, you might scratch it. And all of that just didn't make sense to me. And you can buy the car from like $5,000 to $7,000. I'm like, I pay $1,500 a day.
Oh, dude. Or
I could buy a 1978 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, look really fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like just driving around and shit. And also just have a beautiful car that we don't ever have to worry about if it's not available, you know, down the line, because we're going to be making this kind of slowly. Yeah. And so 6 months down the line, when we're ready to do the fourth episode, the fourth chapter, if you will, you know, sometimes cars become unavailable. We did a movie called In the Valley of the Moon.
Yes. Which is super dope.
Thank you, man.
And you that I saw something like a year ago about your problems with the vehicle.
Oh yeah.
But I can't remember exactly what you have to reshoot the entire vehicle sequence.
We reshot the whole movie. That's the crazy part is we did. So the first issue we had is we rented a yellow Mustang.
Right.
And then that yellow Mustang became unavailable because he rented it out to somebody else. That guy crashed it. And so we didn't have that car anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, we need it for the end of the movie. So
that sucks.
I feel really bad for that guy because it was a cool car.
Yeah.
So then I decided, let's get a different Mustang. We got a red one, cherry red one. It was beautiful. But we had to reshoot the scenes with it, which sucked, but it turned out better.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we had to reshoot is the fact that when we did Valley of the Moon, which I think like 3 or 4 years ago, I was shooting my own movies at the time. So I didn't have a DP because I didn't know any DPs, didn't go to film school or anything. And it fucking looked awful. Like I'm not a DP. And also it's difficult to direct into DP. And like it's a process. And then I met Jeremy Bassett, and he came in, and basically we reshot the whole movie. So we shot the movie twice, but it was a worthwhile learning lesson for sure.
Absolutely. So you didn't go to film school?
No.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah. Did you go to film school?
I did go to film school.
What was that like?
I went to Full Sail University.
Oh, very cool.
And it was a 100% acceptance rate. I wasn't going to college. I decided I wasn't going to college, and then because I was going to go to acting school.
Yeah.
But then I did the you ever heard of ThesCon?
No, I've never heard of that.
Thespian conventions.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It was in Denver. I grew up in Colorado, and we show up at Denver and we do these conventions, and I got into a couple different acting schools, and it was really good because my audition was good. And then I just went, well, you know, I always wanted to make movies, so I should go to film school, but I took a gap year, traveled, and then I said no to college. But my dad said, try a semester here. And if it doesn't work, you drop out and you go on your regular way.
Yeah.
And I did it, and it was great. It's a 20-month bachelor's program. And it was good. But here's the thing. I do not think you need film school. The biggest thing that I got out of film school was my buddies. Yeah. And even then, you know, love them to death. But I don't think I needed. Yeah. I don't think I needed that. I mean, dude, you're doing it. Yeah. And I think one of the really important things is the marketing. Right. The social media is your billboard. That's what you're doing. Yeah. We are the new, we're the filmmaking revolution.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's brilliant. So like, what do you think? Not going to film school, you learn as you go.
Yeah, it's just for me, my dad is, he's Italian, he's from Italy. And he was always like, you need to go to school, and I'm like,
you need to go to
school. And I was like, I don't want to do school, Dad, or Papa. He doesn't let me call him Dad. And, and so, I never really wanted to do it. I in high school, I took one film class. I always wanted to be the director. They never kind of let me be the director because it was sort of this like voting thing where everyone, it was just like, oh, he gets to be the director today. And I was kind of like, I'll show you, I want to do it. And, I met Roz, who is the lead in O.C.D. I met him on Xbox Live, of all places. And him and
No way.
Really, like, dude, we were playing Modern Warfare 2. We were in the same lobby.
Get out.
We were two little kids. And
how old were you?
Probably like 13-ish.
You met Roz on what?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Dude, he's like your main guy.
He's my main boy.
That was one of the topics I wanted to talk about with Roz. Keep going.
Yeah.
We'll jump back into that.
But I met him and it was sort of this thing where he had always wanted to be an actor. I had always wanted to be a filmmaker. I've known I wanted to be a filmmaker from honestly the very beginning. And so we started making movies together, and those movies, as you make silly movies in middle school and whatnot. And then after high school, I did this short film called Seeking Rebirth, which was this art documentary for this artist, Antonio Del Prete. And then weirdly enough,
I saw.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It went to, weirdly enough, it went to the Pope, and the Pope ended up watching the movie, and Antonio brought the piece to the Vatican. And there was just kind of this moment for me where I was getting work after that. And I was like, why am I going to go to film school when I would rather invest the money into a movie and then learn that way? Because I do think, and like you said, the benefit of it is the connections that you make there. Because the issue I had was I didn't know any crew members. I didn't know anybody. So it was kind of like, oh, I had to do the sound myself. I bought a boom pole. I had to do the DP work. I had to do the lighting. The only benefit there that I think helped me out a lot was the fact that now I understand that job. And so I have that kind of like language skill set to understand when I'm working with somebody like a sound mixer or, a DP and those sorts of things, because I've done the job personally. But I agree with you, man. Like, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's like a terrible thing. I'm not like, don't go to film school, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But I think it's something where you don't really need it. It's an art too, at the end of the day. And I have kind of feelings about being taught how to do things, especially when it comes to art.
Yes.
Because then I just don't think that that's what art is at the end. I don't think it's something that you can't really teach, but you can, I guess, help develop someone's eye for it in a way.
Yeah. You can't teach art.
Yeah.
It's definitely there, and it's a style, and you have a style.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. It's very apparent. A lot of the guys in film school, I think film school is a filler period in your life for a lot of people. And I think it's the same thing for acting school. I think a lot of art schools. But the thing about filmmaking and especially about acting is people see the end result and they want that.
Right.
And they don't realize there's a journey to get to the destination. And it's not necessarily the most attractive thing.
Dude, it's tough, man. It's like it's one of those industries where there's no blueprint to anything. And so you kind of just have to figure it out. And the idea of how to become an actor or how to become a director 20, 30 years ago is completely different to nowadays.
Absolutely.
It shifts constantly. And so it's difficult to sort of go, okay, well, I'm just going to do this and this, and then I'll be in a movie.
Yeah.
It happens differently. Now, obviously, as you kind of mentioned, social media is a huge part of that.
Dude.
Where I think if you're not on social media, you kind of have to be.
You kind of have to.
Especially if you want to like get attention and get money to make bigger things.
Right.
And I remember I was super against social media. I'm not doing shit. Like, I don't want to do this. I hate it. But I stopped kind of, looking at it in a negative light and instead looking at it as this, like a portfolio to showcase my work. And I did it. And I think in like the first few months, I got around like 30,000 followers. And then that slowly.
Wait, what? So you started and you got 30,000 followers in the first month.
It was like the first month. I posted like 2 videos that went like semi-viral, and then a bunch of people started following me. I was like, okay, like, damn, like, sweet, this is amazing. And I sort of like steamrolled it, and I'm sitting like around like 100,000 followers on TikTok now, which is like a moderate following. But I mean, man, like I've been to big festivals, and the connections that I have made through social media have been significant in comparison to the festival game. And yeah, it's completely different.
So explain that. Go into that.
Yeah, like, you know, when you go to a festival, it depends, right? Like a lot of the times, I think the best networking for me for film festivals is meeting other filmmakers, other creatives. Yeah. I think that's like the most exciting part. But a lot of the times, you know, some of the festivals they even call like Oscar qualifying. Sometimes you meet like a weird agent guy who's like, I'm an agent, you know, like I can help you.
I can help you.
You could be a star.
You could be the star.
You know,
I get you to the big leagues.
And I'm like, okay. And so we'll
fund your movie.
Yeah.
We'll get you funding.
Oh, that's my favorite thing. I'll get you $5 million.
I'll get you $5 million.
Yeah.
This $5 million.
So easy.
So easy.
And that's like really common at film festivals. And not to say that you can never meet anyone. We did South by Southwest in Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, yeah.
It was amazing. Jordan Bastian, the festival coordinator, introduced me to a lot of really cool people at production companies. But even still, doing the TikTok, because I sort of have a built-in audience, it's more attractive to certain people because, and especially I'm sure, you know, as an actor, if you have a following now, sometimes commercials look at you and they go, if you have 1 million followers, I want you in my commercial. I want you in my TV show, because that built-in audience is going to automatically come with you to this project that we're doing.
Absolutely.
Obviously I don't like it from a creative sense, but from a business sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think as an indie filmmaker, as an indie creative, you kind of have to do everything in your power to help yourself.
Right.
And that's why, I mean, truly, like social media, it was the first few months I met someone at a huge talent agency. They introduced me to Connor, our writer for O.C.D, who's just unbelievable. And I had just been on like tons of meetings that I had never been on before, like real industry meetings. And I really can't, you know, say enough good things about putting yourself out there on social media and just being true to yourself and showcasing your work. I think it really is. It has more positives than negatives. Yeah.
So what do you have now? You have an agent? I have a manager. You have a manager?
Yeah, I have a manager, and he's helped me out in some ways in terms of like networking and meeting people, but I still kind of feel that need to just do things on my own.
It's all up to us.
It is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is kind of how the manager thing works in a sense, is like, you kind of got to do it. And then when you do it, it's like, good job, I helped you.
Yeah.
You know?
It is that way. I love my managers. Yeah. I've got a really great relationship with them. And they've helped me with some things that I don't think I would have been able. Well, they definitely sped the process up.
Right.
But when it comes to buzzkill alert, like the managers aren't going to get you to where you are.
Yeah.
And there's even social media managers. They, God, this chair is squeaky. They sounds like I'm ripping ass every time.
Yeah, no.
The social media managers, I've never had one of those. And I thought, that would, if I get a social media manager, I'm so good. I'm so golden.
Yeah.
But do you have a social media manager?
I do not, no.
Yeah, man.
What's it like?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have one?
I don't have one.
Yeah.
I wanted one.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted one, but I don't think, I think what they would help me do is identify the trends. I had this thought where a manager will be able to help you, but in a way, having a manager is kind of like having a school teacher. Yeah. Like you say, film school, people teaching you to do things. Right. I have a belief, and I'm making this feature called Frick, and it touches on these themes as well. But I think teaching is fantastic when you're being taught something that you really want to learn. Right. And that coincides with the manager. Sometimes the manager will start pushing things on you that you're not ready for. Yeah. And you spend your time doing things that you're not excited about or not ready for, and you don't see the big picture. When you get to do it yourself, like if I had a business guy come in and say, all right, we're going to open up a restaurant. Yeah. Like right now, dude, I'd be in over my head. Right. I think later down the road, as a restaurant or a company or something, that will be in my future. There is a time and a place for that. But as of today, if I got the world's best, the CAA of business agent manager, and he said, let's open it up, I'd just be like, no, that's not, I don't want to, I'm being forced into this.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the same with the social media. It's just a learning game. How did you learn to go viral?
Man, it's hard to kind of break down into words of like, this is exactly how I figured it out. Because again, trends change so quickly that the trends that helped me go viral back then don't really work now. And I've sort of adjusted that.
Yeah.
And I've been really lucky because, you know, with, I remember when we did In the Valley of the Moon, it was like easy, bro. Like anything I posted was like viral or semi-viral or whatnot. And then I did a movie called The Tragic Death of a Frenchman. I couldn't get a video to do any sort of over like 10,000 views, and it was driving me crazy. And then I kind of like was watching a lot of filmmakers, because the thing that you have to do is, like you said, a social media manager is identifying trends or something. You kind of have to do that yourself. And so a lot of that is like research, like doom scrolling and, you know, following people who like you kind of want to emulate in a sense. And then seeing like, okay, that video did really well. How can I emulate that or apply it to my own thing? Yeah. And, you know, even I have like kind of, I'll notice things like there was like a Chicken Little edit where it was like the song like Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Yeah. And it's just Chicken Little and shit. And I was like, oh, this would be great for O.C.D. You know, like I'll swap the Chicken Little bit for O.C.D. Use the same song.
I've seen that edit.
Yeah. And that edit
gave me chills. That edit. It's
really, thank you, man. Well, shout out to Harv, the guy who edited it. He's unbelievable. He's a friend of mine who I've made through social media, and he's just a young editor. And he's helped me out a lot, because when we did O.C.D, I was super meticulous I had a calendar, and I said, I'm gonna post this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I had about 30 videos lined up for over a month that I was going to be posting and pushing O.C.D out there. And yeah, I think just understanding what was working like previously, because I kind of did like before we released O.C.D, I was posting things that were going viral. So I already kind of had a sense of what the audience was engaging with. Yeah. And then I just kind of capitalized on that and made a bunch of those.
Yeah. We're going to pull this up. We're going to pull up this Chicken Little thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think it's a good idea. Whoops, not YouTube. It's Instagram. Sometimes James will be on the computer and we call him Jamie.
Oh yeah. I see the reference.
Hey,
Jamie, pull that
thing up. Okay. You guide me.
Sure.
Where is this guy?
The Chicken Little edit. Let's see. I think the Chicken Little edit, if I had to go to the reels, let me check it here. And I believe it is that one over there.
This one?
Yeah. I think I posted it because on TikTok it went viral. I think it's not this one. Do we have audio? No. Yeah, let's back out of this. It's oh man, I don't know if I posted it on here. I actually don't think I posted it on Instagram. It's on my TikTok.
It's on TikTok? Well,
yeah,
let's
it's on
jump
TikTok
over to TikTok.
for sure.
If we get the browser on here. James, how do we get the audio up on this fucker?
Where's the TV remote?
No clue. No clue.
Could just play it out of your laptop speakers as well.
Hey, this guy. I know this guy. You know this guy?
Let's see. It is.
I'm really exposing my
your For You page.
My For You page.
Dude, you're lucky. There's not like weird shit on here.
There's not like some OnlyFans chicks.
It is that one with 941.
Okay,
that's the one.
We need audio here. We need to get this audio up.
Where is your cursor?
It's right there.
Oh, there it is. It's so tiny I can barely see it.
MacBook Pro speakers. Oh, dude, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, where the fuck is my package, man?
Dude.
So sick.
Yeah, bro.
Music is so good.
So good.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Wow.
Shout out to Harv.
Dude, there's something powerful in an edit.
Oh, man.
There's something in a good edit.
Yeah.
There's something powerful. So you met Harv through the internet?
Yeah, I met him, man, I can't remember when. It must have been about a year ago or something, but it was through social media where he had made a fan edit, of, I think it was In the Valley of the Moon or Frenchman. And I just kind of reached out to him and one of his buddies. And I was like, hey, man, like, can you guys throw together some stuff? And they threw together some edits and they went. It's just like amazing editor. And yeah, and he even edited my demo reel, and my demo reel is like same vibe as that. The demo, like it's so sick the way he edited it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, kind of with that, I mean, that came from a Chicken Little edit, and that had nothing to do with indie film. And I kind of made it about indie film in a way. And so I think that is something that if you can kind of look at a video and go, okay, even like this woman maybe making something in her house, like a craft or something, like like just the structure of that video, or like a girl playing tennis or a guy playing basketball, whatever it is, like the structure of that video, the hook that they have, you can kind of look at that and go, is there a way I can apply that to film or to me? And that's kind of what I've been doing. And also if you just go to search, filter, type in Film Talk, most watched this month. And that's what you can see. And you can see what's working, what's working now. But that's what I do. Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, okay. So have you hired this guy, or does is it labor love?
No, I mean, he's done a couple labor loves for sure, but he's just a young editor in the UK. And he's just really eager to work. And, we have this mutual respect about, he's just a fantastic editor. I mean, I think I'm a good editor. I edited all my own movies, but, I like hate editing,
Well, it's tough. It's tough to do the reels.
It is
because I edit all my stuff and I love editing. Yeah. I think that is my canvas and paintbrush is being able to sit down with an edit. The hours, the fucking lock in. Yeah, I love editing. Yeah. However, it takes time to do the reels.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily what I want to spend all my time on.
Right.
But so if you were teaching a master class and you're working on getting you're teaching these kids how to go viral and they're filmmakers. Yeah. What would you step by step to get them to the viral point?
I mean, first of all, I'm not like the goat of viral or virality. Right. I'm not Mr. Beast.
It's okay.
But I think everything that I said is just have a keen eye for what is trending. It doesn't even have to apply to your niche. Yeah. It just look at what is trending and go, is there a way I can apply that to my niche? Yeah. And I think that's really important because a lot of people, even Film Talk, I remember Film Talk in like 2023 was so easy to go viral because everyone was like, POV, you're an indie filmmaker, you didn't go to film school. It's like 10 million views, you know? And then now you post that, it doesn't do anything. And so you kind of just have to look at what's going on now, what's connecting, finding a hook that's working right now. A hook is like the most important thing. Yeah. If you don't have an engaging hook in the first 3 seconds, someone's going to scroll away. Yeah, absolutely. And also just don't be afraid to experiment because it really isn't like a one size fits all where I could tell you, hey, go do this. And then you go viral. Cause I've told friends like, hey man, go do that. And then they do it, but either their content isn't engaging enough or the hook isn't engaging enough. And so it is just kind of like tweaking and finding out how to, break into that like a little niche on social media and like TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. That what you just said before, the go into TikTok, look up Film Talk. Yeah. Then look up most trending. Yeah. And learn from observing. Yeah. Yeah. Have you watched any of the you go into YouTube and you see any of the like how to go viral on YouTube, how to go viral on TikTok, and they give you the breakdowns. Yeah. And I find though, they're helpful. Yeah. But it in a way, it's like going to film school. Yeah. Versus sitting down and watching Raiders of the Lost Ark and you go, right. I love that. how do I do? And you, that's the fun part. You kind of figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And I think going in and just observing, especially the new stuff, because it's always changing. I mean, the advertisement, I mean, the billboard, our billboard is this thing. So it's just fucking changing.
Yeah. No, it is, man. And, you know, I'll kind of sidebar a little bit. My good friend, Ryan Emilio Molina, and I opened our own production company called Room 404. And that was kind of birthed from that idea of, and the name itself sort of means that, you know what Error 404 is?
Absolutely.
The idea that a web page doesn't exist. And so for us, it's like a room that doesn't exist. It's a room outside of Hollywood that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And we're kind of making movies and, you know, anything that we feel creatively inclined to make that maybe wouldn't get made in Hollywood. And even O.C.D was something that I remember was really difficult to get off the ground. And we had sent it to people in the industry. They're like, nah, don't do this. Like, no one's going to like it. No one's going to connect with it.
Yeah.
But I had enough, I knew that the story was there. And also it was something that I just had a feeling about.
Yeah.
And with Room 404, we're kind of doing that exact thing. We're like, this is our billboard. We can kind of take the power back and not have to rely on people, and to try and just sort of build this company, but more so community, where we can, you know, bring in indie filmmakers and creatives and create things that, you know, maybe you don't see that often anymore. And I think that that's one thing of why Hollywood, I'm not going to bash Hollywood a bunch, but, you know, a lot of stuff that's being made today isn't my personal favorite. And I think a lot of people, by certain box office numbers or certain movies, don't really connect with. And then you see something that comes out of nowhere and it's a smash hit, and people go, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we sort of want to capitalize on that. And, but yeah, I mean, exactly to your point.
Yeah. Are you, you know, any of the guys at Camp Studios?
I do know a couple people who know them.
Yeah.
And they were telling me about what they're doing, and I love that. I think
Isn't
that's
that
amazing.
the coolest thing in the world? So Simon Kim, I think, is one of the main, there's three like main guys.
Yeah.
I only know the name Simon Kim. They, first of all, so jealous of those guys. they're, I mean, we are in a revolution of filmmaking. And the way that I see it is we're going to build our communities. We're going to do it in a completely different way.
Yeah.
But the way that they talk about it and the way that they show what they're doing, I think is really important. And it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool what they're doing. I got tickets to see their thing.
Oh, really?
To see Two Sleepy People in this month. I think, pretty sure it's this month.
Oh, that's
or
sweet,
November.
man.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
November. But they're cool. It's kind of like the 4 minute mile. You know, human beings couldn't break the 4 minute mile,
right?
But then one guy did, and then 15 people did like a week later.
Yeah.
So I really, really admire what they do, and I'm following in their steps. You know, that's what we're trying to do. We can't break into the film industry anymore like we used to be able to. Yeah.
No, it's completely different, man. And even if you kind of study film and you go back to like the 50s and 60s and the movies that were being made then, where a lot of the movies back then, you know, even like with Hitchcock, right? Movies before were a little bit more prude and you couldn't show anything. And Hitchcock, you know, with Psycho was the first time a toilet was ever shown on camera, and people were shrieking at the sight of a toilet being on camera. But then after that, it's like, okay, now that's kind of opened the floodgate. It's the same with, you go to the 70s. Before the 70s, there wasn't really that many movies like Taxi Driver. And then Martin Scorsese makes Taxi Driver. Yeah. And Taxi Driver brought in this new wave of films where, you know, introduced like the anti-hero. And of course there were those examples before, like even like with like Citizen Kane, but on a different level that was much darker than what the audiences were used to at that time. And, you know, I remember there's so many stories about Martin Scorsese. He said that, he couldn't get the movie made. They wanted to give it an X rating. He was going to kill like some studio executive for real. And they eventually figured out how to do it. But after that, it's like opens the floodgates, and it's exactly to your point. Is like once someone does it, then people start doing it, and it changes completely. And I mean, even look at the landscape of Hollywood nowadays, and you go on to a lot of these, like, even though I haven't seen them, but like the vertical stuff, like it's changing completely.
It is changing. The verticals are very interesting. The verticals are a very good way for an actor to break into this new world.
Yeah.
A lot of actor friends that are jumping into the verticals, and some people are hating on them. I think, it's the new medium. What were people doing when soap operas were coming around?
Yeah.
Like, you could be dogging on a soap, but dude, there's an audience for that.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing. But I think the business aspect is what people are scared about. All the articles, I mean, dude, there's so many kids out there, so many young filmmakers that I'll talk to, and they get all scared and nervous about the way things are. And in a way, I want to slap them and go, dude, like, you can change.
Yeah.
You can change things.
Yeah.
You're a very good example of that.
Thank you.
And it's just
no, I mean, dude, I used to be that filmmaker. I used to be the filmmaker where I would be so self-conscious about what people thought about what I did. I used to think if I get into Sundance, then I'll get a movie deal.
Yeah.
And then I'm a feature film, and then I'm this big time director, and I'm going to direct 3 features by the time I'm 28.
Yeah.
And I think I set a lot of unrealistic expectations, and then I was disappointed by those. When in actuality, I have now realized that it's really just been me the whole time, me and the team that I've built. It's just been us. That's all it has been. And we never really needed anybody to begin with. And even though I always thought like, for O.C.D, it would be great if we could get, $100,000 to do this movie, or like money to do the short, and bring in a producer, bring in a financier. I met a producer, it was ridiculous. And because being a true, like real independent, like no permit type filmmaker, we made O.C.D for like nothing in comparison to what people think a movie, especially short film. I mean, bro, you go to these festivals and they're like, my short film cost $70,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
And O.C.D was 15, and that was a lot for me.
15K.
It was 15K. But that was a lot for me considering Valley of the Moon was 7 and Frenchman was 3.
Yeah.
And so like those movies were just kind of like labors of love. Like I put a bunch of money together, and when I look back at my work and I go, man, like we did that, like me and the people that I've built over these years. And I always kind of thought like I need someone to do these things. And the truth, the fact of the matter is you really don't. You just need to have enough faith in yourself to go out there, not be afraid to fail. And if you fail, you just fail forward. Right. And I think that that's what's really important. And I agree 100%.
Yeah. How'd you get Steven Ogg on there?
Oh man. I had reached out to a few actors because I had asked my manager, I said, hey,
it's him right
Steven
there.
Ogg right in the middle of the ice cream. I had asked him, I asked my manager, I said, hey man, do you think there'd be any like larger actors who would be interested in doing this? And this was kind of at the time of like right after or like right at the end of the strikes where you could get a SAG waiver to do like under a certain budget and certain things. And he was, because in my mind, I'm like, well, a lot of actors aren't working. And I'm sure if we had a SAG waiver, people would be interested. He's like, no one's going to be interested, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. So then I went and I reached out to Steven and a couple other people who we had in mind. Steven was kind of our main guy that we wanted.
Why'd you choose him?
Man, he's
just because, like, I mean, it's really smart.
Yeah.
He appeals to a huge audience.
Yeah. And just from an acting perspective, he is so talented. And even if you go back and you watch like Walking Dead or you play GTA and you strip them down, even like GTA, you strip it down for what it is. It's a game, whatever. But if you just look at his performance, he is unbelievable. I mean, he steals the show and he commands the screen. And there's a reason why people really connect with him in anything he does. And I think I also felt this sense of respect towards the art from him. And I had a feeling like if he connected with it, he would want to do it. And I had reached out to him, and he was like 2 days later, I reached out to his management team. He read it. He loved it. He wanted to do it. We had met, and it was kind of exactly what my intuition was, where he's very much the type of actor where as long as I get to play, it's a good day.
Yeah.
You know? And that was kind of how that started. It was just like a shot in the dark. I wasn't expecting to get a response from him, but we did. And then, yeah, man, he showed up to set, and we were all like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. Wow. And he was just the sweetest, most generous guy, generous as an actor, but also generous as a person.
Yeah. Went
up to everybody, even like, you know, our people in the like sound mixers and gaffers, shook everyone's hand, just the nicest guy. And yeah, man, I'm still surprised we got him. And now with DeVille, we also have him in DeVille. And that was something that I was surprised we were able to get him there as well. You know, I had met him with Connor, and we had pitched him. I brought the DeVille with me to show him.
So smart.
And yeah, because I think also too, as an actor, it's really important. Not only did he really like the material, and we kind of pitched him on the whole concept, but then I was like, come look at the car that your character is obviously supposed to be so, you know, attached to, and to be able to see it and feel it and to have something tangible, I think is really important for an actor. And I think that helped us a lot in the pitch.
It does.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it shows how game you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, it's extremely attractive.
Yeah. And, you know, like it was something that early on, I knew that it would be like, I don't want to be an actor. I kind of hate being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And, but I did take some acting classes and acting courses, because I felt like if I want to be a director, you know, I have to learn how to communicate with actors. Yeah. And if I go and be sad, you know, and so those things don't work all the time.
Right.
And of course there's some actors who are like, I don't care. Like I can, you know, apply any note to anything. But I wanted to make sure that I had the language, and I'm still learning, obviously. Like I'm young. I'm not saying I'm like, you know, Martin Scorsese, I know everything. I know how to get an actor to cry, but it's just one of those things where I've always been someone who's wanted to learn. And that kind of goes back to your point about film school and watching a movie and breaking down what made that movie great, instead of, you know, necessarily watching someone tell me why that movie was great. Mm-hmm. It's sort of figuring that out on my own. And that was kind of how I felt in a way, about like acting and just trying to like learn as much as I can, watching actors, watching behind the scenes, see how they operate, taking some courses and stuff like that. And I think it's helped me a lot, communicate with my actors, because it's a super vulnerable job to be out there in front of the camera. And I think if you can give them a comfortable and safe environment, then they're willing to play. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Steven Ogg is fucking cool.
It's the coolest.
He's cool as shit. And dude, I mean, I would as an actor, as a filmmaker, I'm watching these directors that come up, and I'm going, how do I get involved with those guys?
Yeah. And
I think a lot of people who have made a name for themselves, but you know, even the A-listers, they're not all you don't get the world's best gig all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and you watch a movie and you go, God, I haven't seen that guy in forever. Mm-hmm. And you look at what he's done, and since the last great movie that you've seen, you go, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going, huh, I think we need to give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're changing. Dude, Steven would be great my film Frick is about a kid who's raised off the grid. Mm-hmm. His entire life. He's got Tourette's. Yeah. Also, I want to ask you about O.C.D. and how you work with that. But because our character, the kid's got Tourette's. Mm-hmm. We made this short film. It's called Frick, and now we're doing the feature. And the kid turned 17. His entire life in the mountains, his dad is this down to earth McConaughey, like this. He's like one of the lost boys from Peter Pan. This kid, and Child Protective Services come knocking on his door, and they go, "Dude, we didn't know your kid existed. Like he was just." And now we find out somebody gave us a tip.
Right.
we're either taking him. He's got 1 year left until he turns 18.
Yeah.
We're taking him, or you put him in a public school where he's registered in the system. So his dad sends him away to his estranged mom in this small little footloose town. And the kid starts senior year.
Yeah.
And, oh man, Steve will be great as the dad. But it's those things you need to get a movie greenlit in modern day.
Yeah.
You need talent.
No,
But
you do.
You can't get the talent unless you have the name or unless you're a name. And so it's just such a catch-22.
It is.
And the social media content creator approach is scaring motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the whole industry has been a catch-22 for like the longest time. It's like, oh, if you're a director.
Thanks.
If you're a director, they go, oh, well, to do a feature, you have to have directed a feature. Well, how the fuck do I direct a feature?
Yeah.
Well, you have to get the studio to greenlight a project. Well, how do I do that? Well, you have to direct a feature before that for us to trust you.
Yep.
And I think that I think that I mean, dude, look, to be honest with you, the whole industry is just like made up. Like it's all made up. It's a made up job. It's an art form that has turned into a business, which is understandable, but you kind of have to be willing to take a risk and to try something new. And it's kind of like what you said, where once you do something, then everyone kind of follows. And then once that happens, it's like, oh yeah, no, we've been wanting to do this for the longest time. Or, oh yes, this is a good idea. Let's all do it. And then everyone pretends like they were on board from the jump. And, that's really what it is. And the social media thing, trying new avenues, whatever that may be. I mean, those things are so important. And I think, I mean, it's exactly what we've been doing. And like you said, even like getting talent and those things for us, once I had built the following, then it was easy for me to reach out to someone like Steven, because I already kind of have established myself as an indie filmmaker and a filmmaker that people are somewhat interested in watching. And I think that that's also something really interesting. So if you could build yourself up, that's like you're helping yourself out tenfold. Yeah. You know,
if it could all go according to plan, you got a little genie and you rub the bottle. What's the strategy? What is the plan? What does the next 5 years look like?
Working on Room 404 is our kind of first goal. And that under the banner of Room 404 is DeVille. And our first goal is to get DeVille off the ground, get it funded, and however that may be. And the type of guy that I am is you just tell someone you're making a movie, and then you say, I'm making a movie on this date, and then you just figure it out. And it's always been like that for me. And with O.C.D. it was no different. It was like, how are we going to get a convenience store? We'll figure it out. And we did. And so in the next 5 years, I want to build up Room 404. I want to continue building the social media aspect of it and really lean into that, because I think that that's something that, not that I wanted to go away from, but there was a part of me that felt like, okay, once I build this up enough, then I just want to step away from the social media and just work on my stuff, which is ideally what I would love to do. But obviously that's not how the world is moving. And if you want to grow as a filmmaker and you want more people to see your movies, you have to lean into that. So leaning into the social media, building Room 404, finishing DeVille, and then finding a unique and creative way to distribute that, but even distribute it in a way that might be new, you know. And even like those guys at like Creator Camp, what they're doing is so great. And kind of how I would look at that is, how can I emulate that in my own way? Yeah. How can I do what they're doing, but find my own way to do it, you know, that creatively makes sense to me. Yeah. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, and just hopefully getting the movie made and continuing to make things that creatively speak to us. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, man.
I have, especially after watching Camp Studios, I've always wanted to be able to have a team of guys, a group of people, and we help get the movie made. Yeah. And we push the film forward. We push the content forward, whatever the hell it is. And I think slowly, bit by bit, it's definitely doable. Yeah. What are you doing? What are your films making money right now? What are you doing for money? What are you thinking about on the finance aspect of things?
Yeah, are the movies making money? No, not yet.
Yeah.
But the short film game is tricky, man, because we could have monetized O.C.D. and O.C.D. did really well on YouTube. It did like 2.3 million views.
Yeah, crazy.
And so we could have made some money off that, but the difficult part with O.C.D. was at the end of the movie, there's that song, I Put a Spell on You, which I did get the festival rights for, but I didn't get distribution rights. And to get distribution rights, it would have cost me like $5,000-$10,000. And I'm like, to me, it financially wouldn't make sense. And so you're allowed to post it on YouTube, but you're not allowed to monetize it. And so I am the type of person that I would rather just post my kind of like vision, what I have, and not sacrifice that and put in, some like funky royalty free song just because I want to make a little money.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing for money is, I work on like music videos, commercials. I save money, I invest, and even social media has helped out like a lot. It's like insane what people are willing to pay for sponsorships. From like, are you really going to give me that amount of money to put a sponsor? I don't even like have that many followers, and like, yeah, we'll give you that. And
what's the sponsorship? What's going on with that?
Well, we did for O.C.D. for example, the first sponsorship I got was through Sue, which was an anamorphic lens company, and they had reached out to me first, and they said, "Hey, Luca, we love your stuff. Here's this new tripod. It's like $35, like, can you show us all the bells and whistles and we'll pay you like $50 or $100 or whatever." And I was like, well, this is cool. Could you maybe give me like $4,000 of lenses? And they were like, yeah. And they just sent me a whole lens kit, literally from
to use or to keep?
To keep.
Get out of
to keep.
town.
Yeah, to keep. And that was kind of my shot in the dark. I wasn't expecting them to say yes. They said yes. And that's what we shot O.C.D. on. And that's why it has that great anamorphic look. It
looks beautiful.
Oh man. It was the 133X anamorphics. We had a full lens set from them, telephoto all the way to wide. And they were all prime, beautiful lenses. And the movie looks great. The movie looks great with them. And that was kind of one of the first ones that we got. And then beyond that, I've worked with Hollyland a lot. And Hollyland has sent me, is this mine? Oh yeah, that is mine. Sorry, bro. Okay. Hollyland has sent me a bunch of stuff like wireless mics and the Pyro series, and then they paid me on top of that. And so they're sending me like thousands of dollars worth of equipment and then paying me. And I'm like, shit, okay, like I will gladly take that and make a video for you. And that's also something we're leaning on with DeVille, is the fact that we do have this audience and we have interesting people attached. So, is there a way that we can get a company like Hollyland to go, hey, maybe you can give us a little bit of money and like send us some equipment. We'll use it on set. It's going to be in all of our BTS videos. O.C.D. we did like 40 million views on my social media, like all combined. And that's super attractive for a company like Hollyland, because a lot of those views came from the BTS videos. Yeah. And the BTS videos were using equipment. Yeah. And so we are definitely gonna leverage a lot of those relationships for this movie.
Yeah. Do you go out and seek those guys? Or is a lot of these sponsorships just they reach out to you and you move forward?
They've reached out to me, man. I mean,
wow.
I like,
that's sick.
I've been surprised how many people have reached out. I've declined some because it just didn't make sense to me. Yeah. I had like one company. It's like a tech ring. It's like one of the big tech ring companies.
And not Aura.
Yeah.
Aura reached out to you?
They did. And
what?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I think so.
It's probably
bleep it out. But and they reached.
Do you want to?
No, I don't care. But they reached out to me, and I didn't think it made sense for me, because I'm like, I don't know how to make this into film, and then I don't want people who follow me to go, especially on my TikTok, like
selling out.
Yeah, like, oh, this doesn't make sense, because of course, like,
well, what if you? I mean, in O.C.D, you do a brilliant job of doing the Amber Alerts and the text messages. And she's doing 1111.
Yeah.
I could totally see you working.
There could be a way to bring it into a movie like that. But with DeVille specifically, it's 1978. I'm like, I don't know how to bring it in.
You're like, God, wouldn't it be great if one day we had a ring that just
called the
Aura, and then there was AI. And
yeah,
that wouldn't really work.
But yeah, man, it's been It's been amazing. I've loved my time on social media. It's helped me out. And then, you know, to kind of wrap up your question, even the videos they make money. And so any video, it's changed where it used to be you get paid on anything. Now on TikTok, you only get paid if it's over a minute. And anything that's over a minute, if it's solid quality and people are watching, they pay you pretty, I mean, I would argue pretty well, like a pretty decent CPM for that stuff. And so like making videos like that, and that can kind of help you take that money and then you put it in. We haven't made like a ton off the social media just because a lot of the times, you know, there was a video I had and it did like 3 million views and it said, you're going to get paid $2,500. And I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, that's like for nothing. Okay, cool. And then it was like a week later, they said your video is disqualified because it's unoriginal, and it was O.C.D. And I'm like, it's not unoriginal, it's my movie. And so I appealed it and was like, hey, it's my movie, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, sorry, declined. And so I don't know if they just try to find a way to not pay you.
Yeah.
But if you can do that, I mean, dude, there's people on TikTok that they get like 40 million views a video. That's like 30 grand that they're making off like one video. It's like,
get out.
Oh, dude, it's insane. It's about $1 per 1,000 views.
Get out.
Yeah.
If it's over a minute. Whoa.
Which we're gonna lean on that for DeVille, because we did not do that for O.C.D. A lot of those videos were like, dude, I had a video that was like 59 seconds and it got 3 million views, and I was like, fuck. I was like, why didn't I just do a black screen for 3 seconds? You know,
Shit.
Yeah. So, but no, if you see people on TikTok and they got like 40 million views, and you scroll and you see that's over a minute, they are making money.
And when does it actually count as a view? Does it have a 3-second counter and then it gives you the view?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. It appears, you know, for me, I'm just like, I don't know how TikTok's algorithm works.
You have more you have more following on TikTok, more views on TikTok.
TikTok has been I'd probably say through my whole TikTok, I probably have somewhere around like 30 to 40 million views on TikTok. And then I have 100,000 followers. And then on Instagram, I have like 17,000, but I have about like 10 million views or 7 or 10 million views. And then the YouTube is around 5 million. So I think like in total between all my platforms, I probably have anywhere from like 50 to 60 million. I haven't gone down and counted it, but it's around that region of total views for everything I've done.
Dude, I have, especially with The Rookie, I gained a significant following.
Yeah.
Got a lot of views on a lot of videos. And I never monetized anything on TikTok.
Yeah.
And also, when these people reach out to you, I'm probably gonna get fucking bashed from like Logan Paul or something for not monopolizing on this. But when people reach out to me, it is Joe Schmo Company, and I don't really know what it is. And they send it looks like a group email for sponsorship. Stuff, and they say $100 to $150.
Yeah,
and a lot of time I'll delete it, and I've never really taken up on those deals. When an email is sent to you, a sponsorship email, are there scammy looking ones or weird looking ones or that you've said, oh, here, I'll do it, but I want this amount?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah. Like I'll get an email and they'll be like, we're willing to pay you $20,000 for this video. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to pay a guy. You're not going to pay a guy with 100,000 followers $20,000 for a video. And so those are definitely scams. They call them like phishing scams.
Right.
But I mean, dude, to be honest with you, anytime anyone has reached out to me, I always thought it was a scam, because I'm like, why the fuck would you reaching out to me? And then there was even like Hollyland and Sue Ray. I was like, I'm not replying. And my girlfriend was like, you have to reply. Like, just reply. It seems legit. I looked up their email, and it worked out. And I think I thought it was a scam all the way to the end, because they were like, oh, give us your bank details. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, you know. And then I did it, and they were fine.
And they took it all.
So I mean, now I'm here begging for money.
Now you're driving a Coupe de Ville. Yeah. Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Well, maybe I should dive into
take those
emails and reach back out. What about like putting something on your bio and you go, sponsorship deals, here's an email.
That's a good idea. I should probably do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that.
Out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to do to capitalize? Because, you know, I've done a season of TV. I've been living off my TV money.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some cash flow.
Yeah.
I've got 300,000 followers
Yeah.
across all platforms and around 100 million views on
Yeah.
stuff. What would you do? What would you do with my stuff to start monetizing?
I mean, are you just trying to just get money? Like just get cash?
Well, it would be good to get some money.
For like a dinner? Like,
well,
is it,
I mean, it would be good to
for?
get some sort of an income. What we are doing with Frick is we're doing the social media campaign. Right now we don't have really content substance to post because we're still in pre-production.
Yeah.
But I guess what I want to do is I want to monetize. I want to have enough money so then I can start paying editors and I can start paying the podcast editor and the people to start creating this team.
Yeah.
To take my hands off and not sit down at the computer for 12 hours a day.
I mean, man, I'm not like, again, I'm not Mr. Beast. So like,
Right.
I haven't made like a significant amount of money on social media, but I think, look, if you're trying to make money to help, fund what you're doing, I think that's great. And I think just making like honest things is always what goes back to it, because I know some friends who they wanted to make some money on social media, and they said, I just need to get this, and then I'm going to do like the TikTok shop and like do this and make a bunch of money. And then they make the content, but it feels so disingenuous. Like it feels like it's not coming from a place of, love. And of course there is people who make a bunch of disingenuous shit and they make a bunch of money. But I think a lot of the times, like even with O.C.D. and a lot of the content I made for O.C.D., if the content looks like too clean, like if the BTS is too clean, it's shot on like a really nice camera, I notice people don't stick around for like iPhone videos, because iPhone videos feel more attainable. They feel more like they're you're watching something like it's a friend thing. It doesn't feel like something that this is this polished commercial thing.
People like shit that looks like it's being texted to you.
Exactly. Like
open it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's something I noticed with O.C.D. And like I said, I truly made like pretty much nothing on the O.C.D. content. But because a lot of that was just kind of posting it and being like, oh shit, I didn't know I had to do that. And I didn't know I had to make it 1 second longer.
Yeah.
I now have all that to go, okay, for DeVille, we're definitely gonna, when we make the content, we're going to make it in a way that can help us monetize it. And not for the purpose of we want to have like Gucci and go out and do dinner, but just because we can put it back into the project. And the more money we have, especially generating from the project, and we can fill it back into it, is really the goal for me.
Yeah. It's the new product placement, right?
Yeah.
So how do you, what are the new ways to monetize? What are the new entrepreneurial things to do as a filmmaker, and you should be Coca-Cola and you hit up Ford and you're like, we're driving a Ford truck in this movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting for sure. Money, man.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's the way it rolls. So, okay, O.C.D. Did you have any backlash? Did any people go, well, you can't really do that because what's his name, Roz?
Yeah.
Because Roz doesn't have O.C.D.
Yeah.
Or does he?
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. So
never mind.
Then
it works.
Are you fucking with me right now?
Well, dude,
No,
it fucking works then.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do it then.
So the thing that's interesting about that, when I posted the first, I did like a TikTok, and this was at the time where TikTok, like videos were just not going viral. It was photos specifically. And it was like a photo reel where it's like, I remember it was a neurotic delivery driver does this, and then it does the end of the world, O.C.D. That's what it was. And that got like 1 million or like something. I can't remember, but it went semi-viral. And a lot of the comments were, this is so fucked up and blah, blah, blah. How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
And I replied and I'm like, hey, look, I have O.C.D. So does my writer. We made the movie as a way to, and dude, I was like fucking fighting the front lines in those comments. I replied to everybody.
Really?
And I was like, we made this movie as a way to not only showcase what O.C.D. can be like to other people, but also in a sense, kind of be therapeutic for us to kind of laugh at ourselves. And everybody I'm not even kidding, like 90% of the people replied, "Oh my God, wait, that's so cool. Like I didn't know that,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah." And so there was backlash at first off that one video. And there was even a Reddit thread that said, "Is Luca Pizzoleo's new movie ableist?" And I was like, oh shit. But it didn't stop us, obviously. And I knew that not only that, I just think, for me, if someone is offended by it, that's, it's totally up to them. Like everyone is different. There's certain things, like comedy movies that maybe some people think are great, some people dislike. It's up to you. Like that,
Yeah.
that's completely fine. I respect anyone's opinion, but the movie is true to ourselves. And I'm just like, if people don't like it, people don't like it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I am. I never really cared that much about what other people thought. And if I did care, I wouldn't have made a movie like O.C.D.
Yeah.
And then when it released, I mean, there was, I don't think we got like a couple negative comments typically, but it was mainly all positive. And there was people in the comments going, "Man, I have O.C.D. and my wife like never understood me, and I showed her this movie," and like people were going like, "I was crying watching this movie,"
Yeah.
which is interesting because I didn't know it could even have that effect on people.
Yeah.
Considering me and Connor just kind of made it as like, oh, this is a fun, silly thing for us because we think it's like funny to make fun of ourselves.
Right.
And there has been like some marginal impact to certain people who've watched the movie. And so, yeah, definitely some backlash, but we, pushed through that and put the movie out.
Yeah. So we're doing that with Tourette's.
Yeah.
But we don't have Tourette's. I don't have Tourette's.
Yeah.
So that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
When we came out with the short film, people loved it.
Yeah.
And in the comment section, same thing. Nobody was able to understand how we feel.
Yeah.
And the short film is more of a Tourette story. It's
Yeah.
it's how this kid deals with Tourette's. But the feature is about a kid who's raised off the grid, goes to school,
Right.
and he happens to have Tourette's. So it's not a Tourette movie.
Right.
And in that way, we try to humanize it because it's not. We're not making a Tourette movie. We're not making a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
We're showing here's a guy in everyday life that you could meet on the street, and he's got a little tick.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we've had people, we've had producers and investors that look at the project and they go, "That could be a problem."
Yeah.
And we go, "Well, how?"
Yeah.
We're not making fun. We're not taking advantage. Really, you could take the Tourette's out of the movie and it would be the same movie. However, why not?
Yeah.
Does that, what do you think of that? Does that raise any concerns with you or?
I mean, do you know anyone who has Tourette's? Have you done like any research?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tight with the Tourette Association of America, the SoCal chapter. They've looked at our short film. They've looked at our script and they love it.
Yeah.
The kids who have Tourette's, we've sat down on Zoom calls with a lot of them and they dig it.
Yeah.
And they like it. Again, we're not doing it to monetize Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're being like honest about it and, I obviously haven't read the script, but if the script is presented in a way that people with Tourette's feel accurately represents them, then I think that is definitely a step in the right direction. Obviously, like there's people who do that and like it doesn't work out, like Sia. I don't know if you know the movie Sia did, but that got like a bunch of backlash because there's like a movie about autism. But I think
No.
yeah.
Which one was that?
It's called Sing, I think, or maybe Song. I don't know.
Sing Song.
I'm pulling it out of I'm reaching real far back to try and figure that one out.
Okay. Let's look this up. So it's the Sia movie
Yeah.
and autism.
Yeah.
Autism controversy was the first one.
Music. Got it.
Okay.
And I think the thing was for that, and I'm actually not too familiar with what happened with it. I just remember people saying that it wasn't accurate to what it was. And so I haven't seen it. I have no idea if the movie is or isn't, but I just know from like online communities, a lot of people weren't too happy with it.
Yeah.
And so even for, with like your Tourette's movie, like I said, if you're talking to people with Tourette's and people are telling you that, yes, this is accurate and it's not, mocking me in any way.
Yeah. Is that what they were they mocking?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I've seen some stuff that looked not good. But I can't, again, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. It says 2021 centered on its inaccurate and harmful portrayal of autism. Critics in the autism and disability communities voiced outrage over several issues, including the casting of a neurotypical actor, use of dangerous and physical restraints, and Sia's initial hostile response to the backlash. It did the girl casting of Maddie Ziegler, who is neurotypical. What does neurotypical mean?
Like you're not dealing, like you're not on the spectrum. You're not dealing with anything. Yeah.
So okay. So I'm a neurotypical. I would be the neurotypical actor playing the kid with Tourette's. That's the scary part.
Yeah. I mean, man, like obviously there's been people who've done it in the past, like Leo and What's Eating Gilbert Grape, when that obviously is a completely different thing. It's not Tourette's.
Right.
But there has been times where it's been done correctly. Yeah. I personally don't believe that as an actor, you can't explore that. I just think it needs to be done in a way with respect to what it is. And just make sure that you do your research. And I think if you're doing that and it doesn't come off in a mocking way, I don't think, people are, I mean, who knows? I don't have Tourette's, and I don't know anyone who has Tourette's, so I can't really speak on that.
Yeah, it's tough. Not a lot of people do have Tourette's. Yeah. And when they do, most of the time it's very minor. Yeah. It's pretty rare to meet somebody with Tourette's that has a crazy tick. We did have a guy in college who had Tourette's, but it was so much. Yeah, I never knew. I was with him for a full year. Right. He was your roommate, Christian.
Oh, Christian? I was also diagnosed with Tourette's. Did you know that?
What?
I never told you that.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you just really.
Back in like middle high school, I had tics. They weren't really verbal, but they were mostly like shoulder moving and moving my arms.
No way.
Yeah.
James, how did I never know this? That is wild.
Yeah.
I guess it's just one of those things,
Learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day.
How long you guys know each other?
4 years.
Yeah, since college.
Still learning, man. Still learning about each other.
Still learning. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, so all these guys in this apartment, all film school guys.
Oh, very cool.
All guys we met.
Where'd you guys go?
Full Sail.
Full Sail. Do you guys all go to Full Sail?
We all did, except for Simon. Simon's not a film guy.
He's just catching a vibe.
I met
catching
Simon,
an insane vibe over there, bro.
I met Simon in Nicaragua.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was backpacking. I had spring break, so I went to Nicaragua. And we met on our first night. And
just buddies.
We partied like animals. It was
That's awesome, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So he's in for the week. We're hanging out, and then he's off to Australia.
Oh, what part of Australia are you going to? Melbourne. Dude, I was there a year ago for South by Southwest Sydney. It's most beautiful country. It's unbelievable, dude. Man.
So sick.
Yeah.
Australia's so good. I'm Australian.
Are you really?
Yeah. I'm a dual citizen.
Wow. So you like born there and then came here?
I was born here.
Gotcha.
My mom's Australian.
Gotcha.
So I get the dual passport. I've never like officially lived there.
You've been though.
Oh yeah, I have my whole half side of my family.
Yeah. Dude.
So we go see them, and
I love Australia, man. I was in Sydney, and then I went to Brisbane, and then
Brisbane.
I went to Brisbane. I went to Beerwah to the Steve Irwin Zoo.
Beerwah. I was there. God, I can't. Okay, actually, I gotta stop saying this, but I'm pretty sure I was there. I was so young. Steve Irwin died, and I was there the day after he died.
Wow. Dude, Steve Irwin was like my fucking hero.
He was the guy, man.
Yeah. I still get like emotional. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like when I was in Australia and I went to the zoo, there's all these pictures of him and videos. And it's like, it's literally my childhood. Yeah. Like, I watched him just like endlessly.
Yeah.
And so like being there, and then like they have his like shoe on display. I was with my girlfriend, bro, and I was just crying like a baby. I was like, oh my God, this is brutal. And then we saw the Crocoseum. Robert came out and did the thing with the crocodile.
You saw Robert?
Saw Robert.
Dude, Robert's so cool.
He's so cool, man.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, man. I like, it was genuinely like one of the best fucking days of my life. Yeah. And I love animals. Like animals are something I like, I really love, I care about. And they had like my favorite animal is a ringtail lemur,
Yeah.
and they do this thing there where you could pay for experiences, and they had this one where ringtail lemurs would come up to you, they like sit on your shoulder, and you could like feed them, and then we held like a koala, and it like shit in my hand, but
Yeah.
it was amazing. It had fucking knew no
Dude,
better, bro.
I've had those. Can we plug this in, James? This computer's about to click out. I've held those.
Have you really
done the koalas things? Dude, you know, I've always wanted to do the Steve Irwin biopic.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fantastic movie
I'm sure, yeah.
because his life is just all about like living as hard as possible, living as free, and like being as grounded. And he's got that one clip, that really famous clip. Where he goes, "Mate, if I'm not out and about, living in the trees, in the bushes,
Yeah.
what's it all about, mate?"
Yeah.
And that's you know, playing that in the morning, getting going, setting the tone.
No, he's a huge inspiration. Even now, like even kind of bringing it back to film, how he said he loves money. I don't know if you've seen that clip. He's like, I love money. He's like, I can't get enough of it because the more money I can get, the more money I could put into conservation.
Yes.
And I feel kind of very similarly about film, where I love like finding ways to get money and making money, and then just putting that back into the project any way I can. And it's obviously difficult. It's not easy, but I think as you continue, there's you build those connections and hopefully find ways to keep funding your dream.
Yeah. Oh, I love money. Oh, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. That was good.
Yeah. That's it. That's a good one too. Dude, what's your vibe of film? What do you like the most? You like? I feel a very Al Pacino vibe when I'm around you, and
I'm giving off like
Heat.
Al Pacino.
Well, I just, you know how some people, I dig Steve Irwin, I dig Robert Redford, I love Jeremiah Johnson, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
I really love these outside films.
Yeah.
What is your vibe when it comes to filmmaking? What do you love to watch?
I mean, man, one thing I'll say is I'm not really like the like in a box. Like I only like this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I really do love everything. Like I don't really watch a lot of rom-coms, but I love When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
I love anything Nora Ephron did. And so it really, for me, if the story is good, if the story is engaging, I think the way that I could put it is I'm really drawn to character-driven stories.
Yeah.
That for me is what I'm drawn to the most. And even like my favorite movies of all time are like Barry Lyndon, Paper Moon, with Ryan O'Neal and his daughter.
I haven't seen that one.
Dude, unbelievable, man. From an acting perspective, it's unbelievable because he's with his daughter. I think she became the youngest Oscar winner, or youngest Oscar nominee. But there's just this,
Yes.
Yeah.
What's her name? She was Storm in X-Men. No, different one.
Different one. But yeah, basically they were father-daughter. It was a movie from the 70s, and there's just this chemistry that is so just genuine that I feel like you can only get out of a father and daughter. And I'm trying to think what else. I love like Singing in the Rain too. That's one of my favorite all-time favorites. Man, what else? I really love just like anything, but specifically character-driven movies. And I also like genre-bending movies. Any movie where, you know, it might be a comedy and then it turns into a drama, or a drama that has some comedic moments. I think that is something that is really attractive to me.
Yeah.
And what I kind of emulate in my work, what I really am attracted to story-wise. Because script-wise, I feel like a lot of the times if it's a straight crime movie or if it's a straight comedy, I'm not always that inclined to be creatively to want to make that movie.
Right.
But when a movie like O.C.D, for example, where it's this thriller, but it's also a comedy and a dark comedy, and it has like kind of moments of action and crazy. I love blending things.
Right.
So any movie that kind of blends those things, I love that.
Yeah. Have you watched Smashing Machine?
I haven't, dude.
Okay. It's a very character-driven film, and it's not doing too well critics-wise, but it reminds me of Paris, Texas, or just a very like a Paul Newman movie,
right?
Where Cool Hand Luke. It's just about Luke.
Yeah,
you know,
it's one of my favorites,
and it's about Dwayne's character.
Yeah,
and it's a meditation with this guy,
right?
And you sit with him, and you know it's a movie about addiction.
No.
Yeah, I never would have thought off the trailers. And the movie started, and I went, "Oh,
Yeah. I haven't seen it, man. I got to see it. I'm going to be so honest. I haven't seen a movie in theaters for like over a month.
you've seen One Battle."
I did see that actually.
Yeah, there
okay,
you
I'm
go.
lying.
That's what I'm
I saw that.
talking
But before that, I hadn't seen anything. Because I think when it's funny when I get into a mode of making another movie, like now we're making DeVille.
Yeah.
I'm in that mode where I'm not watching as much anymore because I'm so focused on this, and I'm not really drawn to turn on a movie. It's really interesting. And then when I'm not working on anything, I watch about a movie a day.
Yeah.
Is what I used to do.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm off of those modes, like, man, last year, August, it was like disgusting, bro. Like I watched like 2 movies a day, and I was watching I watched like Ben-Hur and then, you know, I'd do like a double feature, and I'd watch like Once Upon a Time in America, you know, like I'd be doing these 4-hour movies back to back. But again, that's just film school to me. That's just learning. So it doesn't feel like I'm just wasting away. It feels like I'm doing something that is helping what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
We do a movie night on Sunday nights, and we'll get a group of filmmakers together. It originally was for actors, but then actors stopped showing up, which is, I think, a little bit of there's some symbolism there. And what we do is every week is a new decade, and this upcoming week is going to be the 2020s. We started in the 60s. After the 2020s, we're going to start back in the 1920s. But everybody who comes to movie night pitches a movie from that decade. And then we all vote on the film. And we watch the film, and then we talk about the film when it's done. That's been a really, really, really cool experience.
What's been your favorite?
Oh, dude. Well, we started off with The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh, dude.
That was fantastic. Then we moved to, I can't do it off the top of my head. I did love another Clint Eastwood movie, the fucking $1 Million Baby. You seen that one?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
Dude, he his career, I know there's a lot of people who sometimes give him flack for not being like the most expressive actor. But he is the coolest guy on the screen. Like he just does this shit. Like he just gives you a look, and you're like, oh, that's so sick. Yeah. All the spaghetti westerns, man. Those
so good. Yeah, Clint is phenomenal, and I love the set stories. Yeah, where he's just on to the next one. Right. He one shot. Let's go. Let's roll. Yeah. We did Woman Under the Influence. That was an interesting film. Cassavetes. Yeah, that's an acting masterpiece. Yeah. But yeah, that's been fun. You know, I think it's important to watch, but you know, when you're grinding away, there's also, it does take time out of your day. Yeah. And I think if you're not ready to study and learn, there's no place for it. Just like, do your thing, man.
You gotta be in that mode. You gotta be in that mode to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie. Yeah. But yeah, when you're in that, dude, when I'm in that, it's like, oh, I'm ready. Like throw on, you know, Gone with the Wind. Like, I don't care if it's fucking 6 hours. Yeah. Throw that shit on. Yeah. You know, I still haven't seen it, but, yeah, no, I love just like, I made a whole list of movies that, I should have seen, but I hadn't. Yeah. And then I've been just like slowly tackling that. It was stuff that like really I should have seen, like Dead Poets Society, Forrest Gump, stuff like that. And I had recently just watched them like a year ago. It was like really like big Hollywood movies. But yeah, no, you just learn a lot and you expand your horizons as a filmmaker. And also you get a lot of ideas on certain things, like even in O.C.D. and In the Valley of the Moon, there's a lot of shots in there where structurally those shots in terms of blocking, I've had ideas from movies from like the 60s and 70s. Like in O.C.D, there's a moment where the realtor is talking to the hitman, and in the background is the guy coming in for the open house.
Long-haired dude.
Yeah. And that shot is honestly like an exact shot from this movie called Point Blank from I think the 70s. And I was just like, wow, what a fucking cool shot. I was like, that's a great shot. But that's where you get ideas too. You get a lot of really cool ideas from watching stuff. Yeah.
That's good. Let me take a 5-minute break. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Yeah, dude.
And then we'll jump right back into it.
Sure.
You had, okay, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 35.
Dude,
I'm kidding. I'm 20.
look
I'm
great.
27. I'm 27.
Okay, well, you
I
look
just
great.
turned 27.
Never mind. You're
I look
for
like my
35.
age. Yeah.
I was gonna, now
I was
you
like,
look
damn,
like
for
your age. I
35,
was like, holy shit, man.
No, I'm 27. I just turned 27 in August. But yeah.
And you were not born here.
I was.
You were
Yeah.
born here.
I was born in Orange County.
Okay.
So like, just hop, skip, and the step away that way. I was born in O.C. Was there for like, I don't know, like 2 years maybe. And then I came to, my family moved to Texas. And so I lived in Texas for close to 10 years, maybe a little bit less than 10 years. I was living outside Dallas, and then came back to LA, man, I don't remember, like 2010-ish maybe.
Yeah.
And I've been here ever since. So like that's at least 17 years total in like California, Los Angeles area. But yeah, I mean, I grew up in the Valley. I love LA. I've like grown to really love it. I was telling like your buddy that, I used to hate LA when I lived here. And I think it's a normal thing, right? Like when you grow up in a place, you kind of just hate it.
Yeah.
But then I've really grown to appreciate it. And I think, a lot of times people come to LA from an outside state and they go, everyone's so phony here and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, there is a lot of those people, but I think when you find your community, it's not, for me, it's not that way.
Right.
I have like a great group of friends and have found like just the most incredible people in LA.
Yeah.
And so I'm super grateful to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been here for 2 years.
How you like it? Burnt out?
Oh, no, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. There are, I get off being outside. I grew up in a very small town called Carbondale in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
It's just outside of Aspen in the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, beautiful.
So my town was 6,000 people.
Wow.
And it's a big change, obviously, going from that to this.
Yeah.
So I want to get out a lot. I want to get out and go do things. And I think California is a very accessible state.
Yeah.
But it's got its pockets. I went to Skid Row last night for the very first time.
Was it your first time?
First time. I took Simon to Skid Row. Because what were we doing we were doing the salsa classes. We were doing
it's near there?
salsa and bachata in downtown LA. And we're driving and I go, dude, I've never been to Skid Row. Let's take you there.
Mm-hmm.
And driving through, it's like a community.
Yeah.
It's actually fascinating.
Yeah, man. It's super sad the way that whole like kind of thing has gone down. And I wish there was like a fix to that whole issue. But yeah, no, a lot of those people out there, it's like some of those people have been out there for a long time. And it's kind of become this sort of community.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that's like that. I feel like I don't go to downtown like ever.
Nobody really does.
The thing that's funny is when you're from LA, I truly don't think the majority of people that I know, it really depends where you grow up. But for where I'm from, in the Valley, it's just like, who goes to downtown? Like I've gone to downtown just because it's like, there's a shop over there I need to go to, there's a specific, but I don't, people, from outside, they go, do you go to downtown and like walk around? I'm like, I don't go there ever, like to me, LA is like, all like West Hollywood, Santa Monica, like kind of that whole area, East LA, Echo Park, even like South LA, but like the specific downtown, I honestly never go.
Yeah. Yeah. I forced myself to go down there a couple times because the architecture of the buildings
It's beautiful.
is so cool.
You've been to the Bradbury building, yeah? The one from what's that movie?
They with the really crazy interior and the wooden.
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool building. Yeah, it just feels a lot like New York. And I've gotten to a couple coffee shops down there and just sat and just be in that environment. It does feel like something's gonna happen. There's always something that's about to happen.
Yeah, in a bad way.
You're kind of on edge, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a little dicey down there. But yeah, like I said, man, I honestly like never go.
Yeah.
Like the last time I was there was months ago, and it was for Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
But it's cool over there, to be honest. Like it's like in that little strip, it's pretty decent if you park in the right garage. Obviously, if you park in the wrong garage, you got to walk down some like weird street. It gets a little weird. But yeah, I mean, dude, I used to, the only thing I used to go to downtown LA for is the, like the tall Citibank building, they used to have a slide on the top floor on the outside of the building. And it would go all the way down like a couple floors. And you were literally like, when you would slide down, you were hanging over the edge of the building.
That was in a movie. I've seen a movie.
Had to be,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did that like 3 times. I don't know why. I like really loved it.
Jimmy
It was cool.
Kimmel did that with Guillermo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, being in Skid Row, it's very sad, but it's a great example of no matter what type of human at what level, there's going to be some sort of a government. There's going to be some sort of a system.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies situation. Right. And I don't know if it's as overpopulated as it used to be. I remember seeing photos of Tent City just in it being crazy. But as we drove through, there's little shops that those guys create.
Right.
And they have lights and they're trading and they're selling. And then and the people are just wandering around, and I just went like, wow, it's an apocalypse. It's its own little zombie apocalypse. Not saying the people are zombies. I'm saying it's its own governing system.
Yeah, right.
Fascinating. So, Simon had this really cool idea for this movie, and I turned it into a movie. But you take, you know how there are some people who say like, oh, you take all the like you take homeless people and you move them away. And what Los Angeles has done for the Olympics, where they've pulled a lot of people off of the Hollywood Strip. So there's like a place, there's like an island or something, and you take them there and you let them figure it out, and you give them the resources. But then there's one guy who was a politician or the mayor of the town or something, and he was out drunk one night and he got roofied, and he's all like, he's slumped out, and he gets collected with all the people, and they get sent to the island. And that's how the movie starts. And these people, they create their own government, their own system. But this guy is an actual politician.
Right.
So he can't get off the island. He has to stay, and he starts running it.
Yeah.
And I think you could totally play and hint at modern political views, and I think it would be a fascinating story.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool.
It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like Escape from New York, where he like goes into a city that's kind of become a prison in a way. But
yeah, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to promote
man, I mean, promote, I think just DeVille and Room 404, just to keep an eye out. And if you believe in indie filmmaking and you believe in supporting independent artists and supporting creative, new, original ideas, then go check out the GoFundMe for DeVille, or Kickstarter. So I always call it a GoFundMe. That's like in my mind, that's like a thing, but it's on Kickstarter. And then Room 404 and what Ryan and I are doing with Room 404, I think is super exciting. Just taking the power back into the hands of the filmmakers, which I think is the most important thing, and to get it away from Hollywood gatekeepers, because that's what this industry has become in a way. It's very, very much like, if you don't have a leg already in the door, or if you don't know someone who already has a leg in the door, then you're kind of like shunned out, and we'll let you in when you're ready, you know, and we're kind of saying that that's bullshit, and we're gonna just do it our way. And that's what Room 404 is all about.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, man.
Good. Dude, it's good to meet you.
Dude, it's great to meet you, man.
It's good to have you on this podcast.
Thank you, brother.
I think dude, I would love to work with you one day. And
for sure.
I think you're very talented.
Thank you, man.
And you're going there. You're going to the top.
Thank you, man.
You want to have movies in the box office, right? You want to go to the top, right?
I mean, man, for me, the dream has always been to just make movies. That's my dream.
Yeah.
I kind of don't, I don't really worry myself with numbers or anything. Of course, one day like even with the short films, it's well, short films kind of live and die on who gets to see them. And a lot of people make a short film and no one ever sees it. And there's so many incredible filmmakers and artists out there who don't get the attention they deserve. And for me, I wanted to make sure that the movies I was making, at the very least, I'm going to try my hardest to try to get it in front of people, because I want people to watch the movies. And even if it's 5-10 people and they like it, you know, that's great. Even if they don't like it, that's fine. They have an opinion on it. And I think that that's something that I've never really cared about as much. And even with O.C.D, I was like, when I put this out, excuse me, it's probably gonna do terrible. It's probably gonna get like 10,000 views maybe. And, it didn't. It did fantastic. But for us, the goal was making the movie. And that's how it always is. My goal truly is just to make longer movies, like bigger movies, feature films. Mm-hmm. And then I always think if you worry yourself with that and you focus on that first, the rest will come. Yeah. Whether that's success, fame, whatever it is. I just don't think you can pay mind to that. And I don't really. I just don't really focus on that. So yeah, I mean, one day for sure, I'm sure we'll have something in the theaters. It's just
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great way to go about it.
Yeah.
It's really important. There's a lot of law of detachment. There's a lot of spiritual principles around what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
Thank you, man.
This is your first feature.
This is gonna be my first feature. First mini. I just like I said, it was for me. I'm not gonna wait around for people to tell me yes or no.
Yeah.
And let's just fucking do it. And I think not only is it really cool and original and bold, but obviously the stuff we've done before very clearly has resonated with a lot of people. And I think it's the same with this. Again, that's not the goal here. The goal here isn't to make a movie that everyone's going to love. The goal is to make a movie that we love.
Yeah.
And then, we'll find the right people will find it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. When do you shoot it?
The goal is January. The goal is like mid-January. It's going to be dependent on a couple things. We're trying to get some money together. If we can get the money together, amazing. Also just scheduling for our talent, and then making sure like Steven has availability. So I think mid-January is what we're aiming for, but it gives us enough time to kind of like get the money together. We have a DP, previs, a bunch of stuff. I think movies are made in pre-production. If you go into the movie and you don't know what you're doing on this specific day, it's not good.
Yeah.
And I'm a very meticulous person where it's like I plan out everything, to a T. And I think when you do that, then you have a lot more time to explore on set, because you're not so stressed out about like, oh, fuck, what am I missing? You know? But yeah, mid-January.
Yeah. Fantastic. That's coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up. And then how long until post is done?
It's definitely going to be dependent on finishing the movie, and when we actually finish that. If it would probably take us about a month, I would assume, in terms of like getting, because I think we're talking about 6 to 7 days of shooting, and so like we'll probably span that out over a month. Post, typically I edit it. Probably takes a couple months. And so I'd probably say by mid next year, we'll have it out of post-production. We'll most likely be entering it into festivals just to try and get some hype around the project, as it is like chapter 1 of the feature.
Right.
And so we can kind of treat it as a short film, even though there's going to be a continuation.
Yeah.
And so we're going to find any way that we can to really, market the fucking hell out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you use? DaVinci or Adobe? Premiere,
yeah. People hate on Premiere, bro. I fucking love Premiere.
Well, dude, is that what you grew up learning on?
That's what I grew up learning on. Man, like they did what do you call that movie? Everything Ever All at Once. They edited that on Premiere.
Yep.
And that guy won an Oscar. So Premiere's not that bad. Premiere's cool.
Those are After Effects guys.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
Yeah. Even my editor, Harv, he only edits specifically in After Effects.
Yeah.
So that whole like Chicken Little edit, he did that in After Effects, did my whole demo reel, and it like looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. I'm DaVinci.
Yeah.
Because I started on Final Cut.
Yeah, me too.
And then I went, well, it's about time. Transition. And everybody was saying, go to DaVinci. So I just
you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Got my little hotkeys. I know how to do it.
It works for you, man.
It works for me. That's the thing. I don't think there's a right or wrong editing system. They all pretty much do the same thing.
Right.
They all have tutorials. I mean, that's the thing. You do kind of want to have something where there are tutorials.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important part.
Right.
And that's what I wish. I kind of wish I tapped into the Adobe a little bit more, maybe. But because the tutorials are abundant.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's also a kind of a one size fits. I mean, it's great. They have so many programs, and Adobe rocks, but DaVinci definitely
Rocks
works.
better.
It works.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
One time payment. That is true.
Yeah, Adobe, I will say, I'm not trying to like cause anything. You guys can cut this out, but Adobe fucking like pisses me off, bro. Like they were charging me a ridiculous amount of money for Premiere and Photoshop and Lightroom. And then I was like, hey, what the fuck? I went on their subscription and it's supposed to be like way, way less. And I emailed them and they were like, oh yeah, no, it is less. You're just paying an older price and we don't adjust it until you ask us to adjust it. And I'm like, so you've just been stealing money from me, even though the price is fucking cheaper.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's not nice. So shame on you, Adobe, for stealing my money. But I do love your product. So
Yeah, Adobe rocks.
I love you.
And they give creators a lot of different grants.
They do. So I love you, Adobe. Please give me a grant.
We do love you, Adobe. But yeah, no, Adobe's good.
Yeah, dude.
We're good, man. Good to see you.
Pleasure, man.
Good to meet you.
It's great to meet you.
You're fantastic. What you do, you are a part of the indie filmmaking revolution, and we're gonna see your name in lights more and more.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
This is great.
Sweet, dude. This is super fun. This is
Thank you.
super, super, super fun.
Yeah, you know, it is.